Bing, 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 ba-ding, ding. So I guess my mic was not connected or something, but that's now working. So yeah, season 2, episode 53. Late start due to unforeseen things. Thank you. Is my mic working now? What do the seasons mean? Oh, do you really want to know? Do you really want to know? I suppose to complain that season 1 was better than season 2. No, it wasn't. Season 1 had maybe 12 videos. Or season 3 was when the series got good and you just had to push through season 1 and 2. I don't know, I think season 2 is where it got good. I think mid-season 2. Because seasons is just the year, how many years I've been doing the streaming. So season 1 was 2024. And then season 2 is 2025. So it's how much, so this season ends in the start of whenever this character joined the show as the PM is when the show started hitting strides. So, yeah. You want to know something? So I'm on a bunch of different Discords, and there's a bunch of Discords that have like promote yourself kind of channels. And I always feel hesitant to like promote myself on channels. I don't know, it's weird. Like promoting myself on my own Discord channel is fine, but like, you know, you get invited to different channels and then people are like, hey, you can promote your stream, like a lot of these streaming groups. But a lot of them are like kind of gamer groups, maybe game streamers. Some of them are indie streamers, but then the indie streamers are also kind of like a little weird. So I'm always like unsure if I want to actually like go and be like, I'm live. Put a self-promotion channel in any of my stuff, but there's nothing wrong with using someone else's. I think a lot of them are kind of ignored though. That's what I figured. Like, I see these self-promoting, because there's like Discords that are like community-based. But then it's like, okay, well, if everyone's just posting their Twitch stream, it's like if there's 10 Twitch streams at the exact same time, then who do you go and watch? Some people plug themselves way too much for everything and just turn the channel into a spam zone. Yeah, I don't know. I'm always like unsure if I want to do that. I don't know if you're going to hear the boys upstairs or not. That's why I was late. Boys were supposed to be not here today. And then, again, another shift in plans and stuff. Ooh, actually I have to do something. Here. So you might hear some thumping and running. Thumping and running. Okay, let's see. You almost got a perfect week again this week. Well, I guess if I... No, because I didn't stream on Tuesday, didn't I? I didn't stream on Tuesday. That's why I said almost, yeah. And then there's still tomorrow, too. And you never know. Each day is a crapshoot. What was I thinking about today? What did I want to do today? Items work-ish. Just the basic part of the item, the configuration part. I haven't added the cursed part. Locking items. Ooh, I need items to degrade. That's the other thing about the item system, which I didn't really talk about the other day, was that there's like durability to all the items, and they like slowly break down over time. Yeah, they do. They break down. They can be fixed. Some of them can't. Some of them can be fixed, some of them can't. Some of them take on a different form after they've degraded. a lesser or greater, depending. Can't comment until I play it, but that doesn't sound particularly fun to me. Well, I mean, maybe I shouldn't, maybe characterize them as items is kind of like a bad way. Maybe as like a consumable, kind of, especially if you're playing with limited inventory mechanics also. Yeah, no, I was thinking about that the other day, like at night. I was like, oh, maybe I should, if I'm already limiting how consumable / limited charges is different. We break it into D&D terms. Because, like, I think the way I have it ideally is if it's a really, really strong item, it's going to be like a consumable or a limited thing. If it's like not a crazy strong item, then if you had a +2 flaming sword and it went back to a regular sword after 50 attacks, that sucks. Yeah, no. It's not, it wouldn't be like that. It would be like, you know, you think like a wand with charges. It's like, oh, I got 6 charges of like fireball level 5. Yeah, exactly. No. So it's like if you have an item that gives you +4 in all your stats, or let's say it has scaling. Oh yeah, no, +4 in all your stats would be equivalent to 4 levels of stat increase. Ish. But a wand that says you can do a new thing like a spell or attack, having a limit pool like wand or fireball, like you said, is pretty fine. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if it's like a small buff, I don't think it's gonna degrade at all. But if it's like a big thing, like a really strong, and the thing is also I have a thing where if it's, because I set up them with, originally I'd set it up with a like factored number. Let's grab yours. I think, no, yours doesn't do it. Do I have one? This one? So like this one isn't crazy. So the end result is you have a +2 bonus. So +2 bonus because you have a -1 to strength, a -1 to toughness, and a +4 to mana. So if you have 2 negatives and a +4, it rounds out to just a +2, which is just like literally 2 levels. It's not even a huge boost. But something like this would be great on someone who casts a bunch of spells or does a lot of like high level attacks, because having more mana is better. Something like this one. It'll have the bonus of regenerating mana, which is a very rare thing because mana doesn't regenerate in combat. It's like you have that much mana. It regenerates outside of combat, but you have that much mana. So something that like has you regenerate mana per turn is like really big. So then this would have charges. So it's like, oh, it's going to only last 12 turns before it runs out. You would think an item that says +4 to all stats is that crazy, to be honest. You could make it a rare drop compared to other items. Yeah, well, I mean, that's still a playtest thing, too. Like, maybe +4 isn't that big of a difference. Or possible if you're still sitting on your item upgrade stuff. Maybe it could be an item that is very big up front, but doesn't progress beyond that. That's true, too. Because technically items have their 3 states. They're either broken, which a broken item can technically still work, I guess. But it's like broken, like normal functioning, and then like awakened. And like you said, it could be something that like it doesn't awaken. Is that the one you lent me? Or is that a different one? I don't know. Yeah, I played a bit of it. Yeah, like I told you, I got to that point where I wanted to recruit someone and they couldn't do it and I was upset. Yeah, because the Awakening one is the one where you can like matchmake, right? And you make kids. Every game has some kind of like this in application. You usually start with 4-ish characters. Okay. 4-ish. One of those 4 is always way stronger than the others. Okay, so like a lead character because they're actually a level 1 promoted unit. Okay, I feel like I remember someone who just seemed ridiculously strong. So they're functionally a level 11. Isn't promoted just they like get the like next level class? So it's like if I'm just like a warrior, it's like warrior to knight. And then they start the cycle again. Is this to make the game easier for new players while they learn the game, but they get way less XP? Yeah, I definitely remember that character. I was like, this guy's super strong, and then it's like everyone else is leveling up, and he's just like, do 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 do. Oh, yeah. I really need to do this thing. Oh, this one's a hard one to do. Something that takes a lot more focus than I can do currently. I mean, we could just make the hero select a little bit cleaner. Actually, that's another one, is maybe I need to make this just like nicer. So I have this weird like hole, but that's because originally this was meant to be like the hole that you see, but maybe I need to change this whole thing to look differently, to look different in a way. What did I miss? But yeah, FE, a character evolves when you give them an item at level 10 or above. But a character's level cap in FE per class is 20. So the characters are actually weaker than most other characters would be at level 1 of their promoted job if you get them all the way to 20 before promoting them. Most other characters will be level 1 of their promotion job if you get them all the way to level 20 before promoting them. Weaker. Because they retain all the stats when they class up. A big item that doesn't evolve could work similarly to that style of character. I can explain it easier over voice. Okay. I kind of think I get what you're saying. I think I do. Connected. Oh, this doesn't seem to be working either. Boop, 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 boop. Joining a call with this guy. Is he here? I don't hear you. I don't hear you. Using Bluetooth. Cool. I'm cool with that. Okay. Hello? Test, test. Why is my Bluetooth not working? This one? Test, test. Bizarre. 1 second. Something's weird on my end. Let's go here. Default. Default. Default, default, default. Streaming, microphone, no, streaming, speaker pickup, no, guess this? No, that's definitely not what I want.
I'm
That sounds
sorry,
weird.
wife, if I'm annoying you.
No, it's
I'm
gotta be
trying
default.
not to be too annoying. But I'm here making my
I
own
don't know,
battle,
stuff seems like
battle,
it's
battle,
going nuts.
battle, battle, music, battle, battle,
I
battle,
must have done
battle.
something
Oh,
weird on
stream
my
can hear me
end.
now? Uh-oh.
I cannot
That's embarrassing.
figure. Okay. Oh. There we go.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you on my speakers.
Okay. If you
I
want to
can't
play
hear
around with it,
you.
then I don't mind waiting a bit more.
There. Yes, now it's working. Gosh, that was annoying. That was a. But then, oh, and of course now my desktop, like it doesn't pick you up in the stream. Oh, okay. He doesn't want to be on the stream, everybody. Battle music? Oh. Oh, is that why? Okay, then I do know what. So you it was working, and then you screwed it over. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
I mean, I screwed it over. I was just here talking.
Now we got you back on there.
Why is it my fault? What the fuck?
Watch your language, son. Okay,
Boop.
give me this.
All right.
I think I get the idea. It's like I understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain it just super quickly in voice because you were pretty close, but I know that just sometimes reading long sentences can be hard for you. So I'm gonna explain the terminology in case you want to word it, but you remember, which is a good first step. So the type of unit in these Fire Emblem games is referred to as a Jagan. It's just an archetype that is named after the first character who embodied it. Kind of like magic terms, right? With like counterspells and stuff, rituals and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So the way that Fire Emblem works is that a character starts as a job and then they can level up to level 20. Once they're level 10 or higher, you can use an item on them to make them like a Pokemon evolve, basically. So your knight can become like a great knight or something like that. And depending on the game, a unit can do that once or twice. The problem with these units is that they say they are level 1, but they are in their second tier of promotion, which means that they get less XP than everyone else, and they are effectively level 21, but they have the stats of like probably someone around like level 8, level 10-ish, because they never actually made it to the like maxed out stat pool of getting from level 1 to level
like
20 before you evolve them.
It's like rare candies.
Not quite, because think about it like this. Every time you promote someone early, you are taking away effective levels from them.
Yeah,
because they then cannot get that level. Let's say I promote you at 14.
Yeah,
you do not get the stats from 15 to 20.
It's like I said, it's like the rare candies. Because if you give a rare candy, it just levels them up. But if you level them up naturally, they get their like other stats increase as well. So you can give them a bunch of drugs. You give them a bunch of drugs first, and then you give them the rare candy.
So you're talking about EVs, which are technically not quite the same because a Pokemon can pick up EVs at any point during its life. The only time you would not be able to would be if you rare candy a Pokemon up to 99. Because a Pokemon can only cash in on EVs from leveling up. But they store all of their EV stuff after every single fight and just cash it in when they level. So you could, in theory, in Pokemon, have a level 98 Pokemon, go kill 600 Pidgeys, level them up once, and then they would bank all of that Pidgey EV speed point stuff.
Okay.
And they would just get a single level where it's like, oh, they got like plus 50 speed.
Oh, okay. I did not know.
But in this, it's kind of like it's like taking a loan. When you pre-promote the unit, you are getting a small stat boost now for their like job promotion stat boost, but you are taking away the permanent levels that they would get by actually getting levels 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And you're kind of taking away their stat points maximum from the future.
Okay.
So it also becomes harder to level these characters because characters who are in job tier 2 or job tier 3 earn XP at a reduced rate, which is probably why you might remember, like, I bring up my OC character and he kills the boss and he gets a guaranteed full level every time. But I bring up my super buff dude and he smacks him and he gets like 10 XP.
Yeah. Yep. I remember it was like, there was a dude and he just did not. He was really strong, but he didn't give me anything for his.
And that's kind of like the the design purpose of these characters is, one, to help newer players, but two, to be really good early but fall off late. And I think that is like not a trap. It is a design thing intentionally. Because if you really wanted to, in a Fire Emblem game, you could like de-evolve this character to go and get their stats back. But most people just don't, because Fire Emblem has an abundance of characters. It's not really worth it.
Promotion branching.
Yeah, some characters can turn into multiple classes.
Oh. Then could
So,
you
like,
get them branch and then like de-evolve them and branch them in another direction?
Yep.
So you can make an
You can
ultimate.
absolutely do that.
An ultimate person.
Yep, and then they retain all. They don't. They retain the stats, but every character has like a maximum of like, I can only have a max speed of 60 or something like that. But any skills and passives that they learn on those jobs, they retain those.
Okay.
So if you make them into a sword master, so that they pick up like the, hey, I always get to go first in every combat skill, then you turn them into a knight. They still have that sword master skill.
Oh, okay. Neato Skippy.
But yeah, that's basically the idea I was saying of like having a strong item that just doesn't evolve isn't necessarily a
thing.
Like a bad idea.
Yeah. Good morning, Ford. Yes, Thursdays are usually daddy daycare, but because Tuesday turned into a daddy daycare, Thursday has been opened up. But then again, it was supposed to be open, and then things happened, so it was daddy daycare for the morning. Now my wife's actually taking a little gander at the boys before they go. They're supposed to go get dropped off at 11. So that's why the stream started much later. But I will try. I'm trying to make up for the Tuesday that I wasn't here, because I've been racking up the views. The views. I'll get my first ever Twitch payout probably next month for a cool whopping $50 American. It only took me 6-7 months, something like that, to get to there. It's like 62 Canadian. Woo! Except for I'll probably have to pay taxes. It's probably taxes. I know Twitch has something saying that they'll like pull taxes off for you. Can you believe that? Such a small amount. But
get taxed.
Get taxed. Those
roads aren't going to pay for themselves.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna make $62 Canadian, and then I'm gonna get taxed $32. So really, I'm only making $30, and that's enough for. Oh, I mean, I guess I could get a large pizza with that. Not too bad. Get a large pizza.
I mean, a large pizza's like what, $20?
A medium pizza is almost like $25, dude.
I got Domino's like last week, and it was like $20 for a large pizza.
Really? No, I feel like pizza's
maybe
expensive.
It's just worse in Quebec. Pizza's expensive.
No, I think it's just also where you get it, right?
Oh, for sure. Like
remember
those
those $5 pizzas at Pizza, the walk-in special?
The $5 walk-in pepperoni medium pizza.
Yep.
Oh, the days.
Technically, it was also, you could get a cheese too, but we always got the pepperoni.
I think it is only cheese now, yeah. But yeah. Okay.
This is another. Oops. This is another thing I got to figure out how I want to. Because Josh has been writing a bunch of stuff for this, and I love it. Thing is, Josh is very wordy with his writing, which is good. But then I realized,
you want something that fits onto like a 50-word maximum.
Well, I mean, I'm okay with a little bit wordy, but like I gotta then make this UI kind of more like easier to read. I keep thinking about a game and I can't pick. It's a. Oh, actually, I think I know what it is. I think it's
First Monkey Island.
No, it's like. Oh, it's actually, it should be in my Steam. I should be able to see it in my Steam library. Wilder Myth. That's it. That's what it's called.
Wilder Myth.
Wilder Myth. No, that's
not
all
one word, right?
Myth. Yeah, it's a game. It's this game. This game is actually really good. It's actually really, really good, and it's cool because your characters. Yeah, your characters evolve. But then there's like the I don't know what you want to call it.
Is it the third screenshot on the Steam page?
The third screenshot, where it's like, so
It's like,
there's
oh, here's your thing. Choose A, B, or C. Is that
kind
right?
of. Maybe it isn't this one I'm thinking about. This one they have like kind of nice drawings. It's not this game then. It's a game where it was like you it was like one side had the text and another just had like kind of like a sketch drawing of the scene, and then you have like dialogue choices to make. Oh, you know what? I think I know what it is. I think it was Pathfinder Kingmaker, maybe. It might have been Pathfinder Kingmaker.
Oh my god, they didn't put a cut in. Fuck off.
Where is it? Did they show any of that? No, okay, I have to like look it up differently. Pathfinder Kingmaker. What would I call it? Like, dialogue choice, choices, screen images. No. Oh yeah, this is what it looks like. So it's like you go and you get like you may be questing and stuff, and it gives you like this spiel here, and then you have your two choices, and they have like an image, a generic like image, because like your party isn't these people, right? It shows like, oh, you guys find this like cave or crevasse or whatever, and it's like, what choice do you make? This is something I'm thinking like kind of something similar. Just I got to figure out a way to like make that something like this, not exactly like this, but something similar to this design in my thing. And I mean, I could just rearrange stuff pretty easily. I could do it like go to my canvas, and we have our hero. This is the hero one. That one, this one. Maybe move this one like to here somewhere, and then we scale it up. Scale it up. Why can't I scale this up? Does it have to be this thing? No, it should be this. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't. So let's double this. 200 by 200. Cool. Something kind of like this. Maybe 200 is too big. Yeah, it's fine for now. And then we're going to grab our hero text. Now our hero text, I feel like, can maybe move forward.
But I don't mind helping you come up with a UI design for this. It was one of my goals, but I think my main thing is I don't know what the screen is.
This is pretty much it. You're going to have text. This is the event screen. So this is like where...
I think I understand how your events work. You said like the example that you have is like there's a big hole in the floor. Pick someone with high dexterity to jump over it, and then they can like make a rope tie and help everyone else get over it. Or oh, there's a big rock in your way. Pick someone with high strength. It's a stat check basically. Pick a character.
It's pretty much just a stat check.
Here's a thing. Pick a thing. Pick a character. Done.
Yeah.
But I guess my question is, are these all going to have unique art assets? Because that would be probably the best way to present it, but I feel like you probably don't want to do that.
No, see, like, originally I thought, because I was thinking very simplistic stuff, I was like, oh, I'll just use my grid system, and I can make generic looking areas, right? I don't have to make it exactly to the text, but I have to give it some context to where you are, right? So like, oh, you come across a door, so this background, instead of these pillars having nothing there would be like a door here, right? Something along those lines. A very generic kind of scene, and then it gives you the description. Is what I was originally thinking.
Because I think that I like the way it was presented in the other game you brought up, but that is again like a big art ask, and I don't know how many of these, because I think the UI depends on how many of these you want, because even if you're saying like I want to reuse art assets, that would change the way you might want to present it based on what the event is. Like a character
Mm-hmm.
jumping horizontally across something might be better framed the way you had it originally, but a character climbing up something is then does not work for that same layout.
Yeah, exactly. So we gotta do actually.
And then you also want to make sure you have something for like a tight composition, like, oh, your character, like, there's a door with like chatter behind it or something like that, and it's just like one of your dudes standing in front of a door, like it's a very like close up,
Mm-hmm.
like square shaped scene
Yeah, exactly.
compositionally.
So that's the thing. It's like I'm like thinking, oh, what's the best way to kind of give that kind of impression without making it overly taxing on my end, right? So like that's why I went to text. Text was like my
Mhm.
first idea. I was like, oh, it should be just text, and yeah, text was the
If you
idea.
want,
I
you
don't know.
could make it wordier if you don't mind having someone else read it. Like if you have like a narrator voice. Think
Oh,
about
I know. That's the thing.
because like
I've.
Darkest Dungeon has wordy parts, but the
Mhm.
narrator makes it go by way faster.
Oh yeah, having a narrator is a huge thing because even for me, games, if it doesn't have good writing, I like just skip through the like text. I feel like Kingmaker actually had pretty good writing. I was pretty happy with it. Like I would read the big like you saw the big block of like the situation.
Yeah. It was
Like
like two paragraphs.
I would read it. I would read it and be like, oh okay, this because the thing is the choices generally. Then I think the reason why, and this is kind of where I'm kind of maybe subconsciously taking the idea, is that the scene that's played out and what is proposed to the player is very D&D style, where
Hmm.
it's like it's vague, like not telling you, oh, you need to do this exact action, but it's giving you like a hint towards the action. And then so what I think I might have to add is right now all it does. So like I'll save this. I'll leave it like this for now. I don't care for now. We'll leave it like this. We will go and we'll get into that. But what I think I need to add, because right now all it does, and I think that's the problem, I think I need to give the player a little bit more information. So I need to give an example in relation to. So we'll do this, we'll do a fight, stabby stabby. Let's get another person and another fight. Go, Gandalf. Oh, we could actually grab a piece of loot. Let's grab this gloves, and we'll stick this on the assassin. And then we'll just cycle this to give me this shortcut. Okay, so they're in the way. Crap, I should have moved it better. But what I should move them over here, I think. But we can do that real quick for this scene anyways. Yeah, so
Because I can try and make a couple mock-up of this. It's something I just want to make sure I understand how it's going to work for the game as well, because
yeah,
I
so
think that's the big thing is I'm not really.
I
I think that no matter what way you want to present this, there's not a good way to do it that is just I'm going to reuse everything I already have. I think everything is going to kind of want some kind of upfront art investment
yeah.
because even if it's like, oh, here is like even just like a still image of like your currently lead character
Mm-hmm.
like leaning down next to a chest or something like that. Uh, that's better than just having like your guy like sitting there in his idle animation next to a chest.
Yeah. That'll be fine. And
Or
then
even like you could say like having a narrator is still like
uh,
technically a art investment.
yeah, I'd love to have a
Even if you're
narrator.
using yourself as like a temporary VA for that, like scratch audio.
Yeah, I would love to have a narrator. I think it'd like make for very good
I mean, narrators, especially if they're done well, like kind of make the game. Like think about Baldur's Gate would not be a good game. Well, I would say it might not be a good game, but Baldur's Gate would not be as
Baldur's
popular
Gate.
without the narrator.
Is there a narrator in Baldur's Gate?
Yeah,
Gosh, I can't even
they
like.
narrate like almost half of the dialogue in the game.
Oh, because yeah, you're Silence protagonist, so yeah, it narrates what you would be.
Yeah, and like the Divinity narrator is like also very like quippy and funny and like, oh, it's just a stack of boxes. Did you think there'd be something more in here or something like that? Like the
Yes.
narrator can like add personality to your game,
So yeah, so
or they can
this.
be like oh, I'm like gripped. I can read these blocks of text a lot easier, like in Darkest Dungeon, where it's like he's a very serious narrator. He doesn't have
Hmm.
a joke or anything. He's not trying to like lighten the mood or like add character to the game, but he makes reading these otherwise very dry blocks of text about like there's a dungeon here, uh, slightly more enjoyable
Hmm.
because someone's reading it for you.
I think yeah, like that's the thing I would love, especially with like if I want to do more text here. But the other thing is, I was thinking, it's like so right now you select someone, right, and it says Steve Longshot's highest skill is crit. This is just because it's like for me, but I think what I'm gonna have to do is in the situation, I might have to have paired.
You need to find out what the relevant stat is for the situation and
It
split
doesn't
that
have to
stat
be
for
the
each
relevant
character.
stat. It has to be what a person with that stat would do in that situation. So his is crit chance. So maybe it's like crit chance is implying something maybe like a really accurate shot. So it's like okay, you have a rest area. Who will stay guard to pick someone who's fast? This is like on the nose, implying like pick someone with high speed. But what this might say is like long shot um, is like a really good shot. He might make for a very good like guard at night. Something along those lines. I'm wording it a little dry, but implying that he's got this like he's a sharpshooter. Got a good critical shot. He might be a good guard, right? So that's kind of like instead of having just saying crit is like because right now all it does is says the best stat because that's what it's checking for. It checks
Here's a
for.
question for you.
Hmm?
Just so you don't get caught up in like trying to write every single like, oh, this character could be good at this or whatever, and like
Hmm.
think about how to narratively word that in like a kind of it makes sense to the audience way as to what you're trying to explain, because that could be tricky. How do you feel about the idea? Sorry, I'm trying to grab something in my work scene. There we go. Of and this would be like a UI thing as well.
Hmm.
Saying like, oh, you set up camp for the night. What do you want to do? And then you have like option A, B, C the player can do,
Hmm.
and then you choose what character you want to do A, B, C. So maybe like, oh, there's a hole in the floor. How do you want to try and like approach this? Do you want to like go and look for another path? Do you want to like have someone try and just like jump across it like absolutely nothing, or do you want to have someone try and like grappling hook across it? And then each one of those options checks a different thing, and then you pick your character for that thing.
Yeah, that could work. It would add a little
Because
bit
that way
more.
you don't necessarily have to maybe feel like, oh, I need to tell someone this character has a high chance of success, because you're kind of maybe assuming you've picked your own strategy. You know what character might have the best idea for that.
Yeah, because yeah, I was trying to
Possibly.
think.
It
I was
could
trying
not
to think
work,
of it
but
like a generic, like so. Let's say we had three characters that all have their best stat is crit, right?
Mhm.
And it's like if I had like a generic thing to say something along the lines like yeah, or let's say speed, or I don't know. I'm trying to think like a good one. No, let's say crit and
just
say that
strength. Yeah.
strength's a good one. Strength and like the crevasse, like jumping across. It's like okay, you guys come to up like a pitfall. Um, you know, person A is like, oh, I can jump across that, no problem. Person B is like, oh, I could shoot an arrow across that, no problem. Person C is like, oh, I could just conjure a bridge, no problem, right? And each one would be relative to their like, oh no, but then I have weird ones where it's like I have, yeah, it's kind of weird. I gotta figure out another. I have,
But I will say not every character needs to necessarily have a unique solution to a problem.
yeah,
Maybe if you have like the I don't know, the thief can be like, I'm gonna grappling hook across, and the wizard can
Maybe
say like,
your
I can
ideas.
conjure a bridge. But you could just have like the huntress maybe doesn't have like some unique thing, so they just go, I'm just gonna try and jump it, fuck it, and then it's like the generic option that every character without a unique option has.
Yeah, well, I was thinking kind of now back to what you were saying, where it's like give like two, three options that are generic, like have someone jump across, have someone shoot an arrow, have someone do this, and then you pick who you want to do that. That's not actually a bad idea because then it's not like I'm having to write generic, like I'm not having to write any special thing for anyone. I'm just writing the options that you would have in the situation and and then you pick whatever option A, B, or C, and then you pick the person who's going to do that option. I think actually that might actually be a easier or more straightforward way because then because like the big thing is I love choice. I think choice is a really great thing to have, and I think what you said gives the player the choice, gives them two choices, but then also gives me less writing.
Yeah, because it will technically give you more writing in the sense of like you just have to come up with an encounter. Like there's a big rock in the doorway, or there's like a hole to jump over. You just have to come up with X many, however many you want to pronounce, or come up with like maybe three is the average, possible workarounds. And maybe you could even just have two and say like one of them is give up in some scenarios. Like not I give up the run, but like I'm gonna go find another way around. And then it like backtracks you and you just get a random encounter.
Yeah, because that's why I have the skip button. The skip button is to actually it doesn't you don't do the event. Technically, it's supposed to also not let you go. Like right now, the floor count always triggers after you trigger any of the passageways. But technically, I should have skip give you a -1 to your floor because it's like you've gone this way, you've taken this path, you've come to an obstacle. You're like nope, and then you turn around, you go back. It should bring you back to like the previous choices you had, and now that way's like closed off, and it's like okay, you're gonna pick one of the other two that you had. So yeah, 3 generic choices, and then player chooses one, then chooses hero to do set choice. I think I like that. I like that idea. I think that kind of makes it a little bit better.
I think that also, like, in my specific mind, where I care a lot about in roguelites, giving people the opportunity to make bad choices or to fail, then you can kind of have them say, like, oh, I made a choice that maybe you present the information, and, like, every one of them is presumably like a stat check, I think is how you said you had it set up.
Yes,
so
right
like,
now
you need to have 18 strength to get the boulder out of the way, or 10 agility to jump over the hole. You can kind of obfuscate those numbers, and then a player can say, oh, I think this character would be good at this, and then maybe they're not.
Yeah, that's definitely...
Because that's also like the roguelite aspect is that a lot of games in that genre will give you something that like makes all of your subsequent runs easier. I buy more max HP. I buy a random starting item, something like that. But sometimes, or well, in all of these games, the thing that you learn that makes you better every single run is your personal knowledge that you have obtained as the player, not as the character.
That's true. That's
so you can learn like, oh, I need to jump over the thing. I don't think that 10 dexterity is high enough.
Yeah, I think I like this idea. I like it. I think I might rig that up. Missing some stuff here.
Rogue does it like Steve said. There are standard choices, and if you have a specific item or ability, there's a special choice. So like that'd be like the wizard conjuring a bridge, kind of like you said, or like the thief has a grappling hook to get over. Otherwise, that special choice is grayed out. Yeah, I think it could be a thing that maybe like reveal if someone in the party, because that also makes it.
I like the grayed out part where it's like where for like a future run, if you come across the same situation, you're like, oh, there's a third option, but we need someone specific to be able to do the third option.
I will also say that the third option I think is good, but players typically will assume, and maybe you can kind of like play on the meta aspect of this, if there is a grayed out option that requires a specific thing, or if just
That
any
it's
option that
better.
requires something, that they will assume it is the best
Oh
choice.
yeah.
Like think about in Baldur's Gate, uh, if I can talk to someone with like, yeah, oh, how's your day going? Or if I can make a roll
Mm-hmm.
that says like, hey, I'm gonna use my charisma to ask you how your day's going. I'm going to assume the charisma one is just a better option.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I like. I put this at what was this? Say 65.
It also could be maybe instead of being grayed out, like that's a personal question you need to just figure out. Like, do you like the idea of telling someone, hey, a wizard could do something here, or having it be a surprise of like, oh, I'm back at this event, the wizard gets to do something special here.
Yeah, no, actually that's a big flip a coin for
There's
me.
no right or wrong answer for that.
Yeah,
That's just a
both of
personal.
those have because one is a bait, like you just said. You're letting the player, you're giving the player meta knowledge, knowing that oh, the next time if I have a character that could do this, I could do this. So that's like the meta knowledge, and then it can be the bait to like oh, they do this, and then bad things happen. Like conjuring a bridge leads to them summoning like a monster from the ground that's like sensitive to magic, and then you got a Gandalf moment where it's like run you fools, and then lose your wizard character because he did magic.
Yeah, like you would have specific things, but it depends on more so like I'm talking about just presentation of information up front versus discovery of information through I happen to have like when you are doing a quest in Baldur's Gate and you talk to an MC for the first time and they're like, "Oh, I'm trying to get into my house, but I don't know what to do." And they're like, "Oh, actually, I have your key."
Yeah.
And it's just like, "Well, like I guess I picked up your house key at some point, sir, who I never met before."
That's true. That's true.
So there's no right or wrong answer for either of those. It's just based on your personal preference and what kind of experience you want the player to have.
Yeah, I'll have to, but I like it. I like the idea. I jive with this turkey. And I think I'm just going to increase the text.
Also, Nick, I apologize if you thought that I was either ignoring your idea or like presenting it in a bad faith argument, because that is not not what I was trying to do.
Rogue also doesn't tell you which stat.
I'm mostly just trying to
just the way
explain that I feel like there is no like single best option for this kind of thing, because they both dictate a different kind of experience.
Yeah, because as long as because I do plan on locking, or like it's like it's locked to the character. I say character, but pretty much the sprite animation set. What their key stats are, right? So like this guy will always, no matter how many times he spawns or is created, he will always have like toughness. He'll always have toughness as a key stat, so he'll always be statting toughness. That's like the big thing. There might be variants because I have traits, which are like micro bonuses to a character when it's spawned, but it's only when they're first created. But like the base class kind of thing, they'll be like, oh, this guy is always going to have toughness as a key stat, which means he's always going to have a good toughness value, because key stats always get improved. That's the best way to say it.
Also, another thing is technically for how much text do you want to have on the screen. I don't know how much leeway you personally want to give with this, but there is something you could do if you wanted, where having more text on the screen might not be bad depending on your font choice. Because certain fonts are easier or harder to read, and certain fonts are quote unquote dyslexia friendly. So having like a ton of text on the screen, depending on what font you use, it could look better or worse.
So these are some of the
This is what Josh has been up to?
Yeah. I don't know what Josh is at. He's at 8, maybe? 9? 6? See, this is a thick one.
No.
7.
Oh, I'm going to be back. I'm going to go help do a thing super quick.
Okay. Yeah. Cave opens up. Tremendous thing. Almost falls. Drag it. Misses massively. Hey! Thanks for playing the demo. How's it going? It's going. Is it my turn? Do you have things to say? Jonas, right? Jonas, if I remember correctly. Yeah, no, it's going good. We're just talking about quest related stuff. I guess it's my event stuff. Do you have questions about the events? No questions about the events right now. I'm just trying to redo or redesign kind of the UI for it so that, because I want to allow for more text, but now I'm also changing a little bit about the decision making process. So me and Steve talked about having 3 kind of generic choices. So like, or cabin or whatever is easier to remember. Okay, no worries. I don't know. What do you prefer to be called? Some people don't want their names used on stream, so whatever you prefer. I feel like your first name's really easy to remember because your first name starts with a J, my first name starts with a J, everyone who starts with a J is cool. Actually, I guess I could show you a little bit of like my game. Okay, Jonas. That's true. Go J. J names. Yay. Yeah, so this is right now is what I'm going to be releasing for my beta testing, pretty much. So it's mostly fixated on combat leveling and a few other aspects of the game that I want to have kind of tested before it moves on to the final thing. So a lot of this is in the middle of being reworked, but yeah, so you would start off at the bottom of you're at the bottom of a dungeon. You start off, you pick who you want to go with. They shouldn't be doubles, but whatever. You can recruit extra people and go to a combat. Combat switches scenes. You have Pokemon-ish style combat. You have free switching, so switching does not take a turn or anything. You pick whatever. You do your thing. I have to serialize my stuff so that my animations line up, but whatever. Blast the guy. Move on. Ooh, we can pick another person. Get this. You cap out at 4 people. And give this guy a good, like, wha-cha-cha-cha. Yeah, animation is way slow. He's dead before anything happens. Then we have exploring. So this is an event. Oh, so this one's a more complicated one. So yeah, this is the walls are closing on you. So what's going to change here? Right now, the way it works is like you just pick a character and it tells you which character has like what their best skill is in this, just inherently. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have options here where it's like run away, try to hold the door, or, something else. And then you have to choose who's going to perform that action. I'm going to take you. And they escape. So I was working on that. You have your generic healing. We have much higher level combat. You also have an item shop, which I have a button to kind of just skip to it. So the items are always generically described. Right now it's very generic, but you pick it, and once you pick it, it brings you to your inventory. You have slots for your heroes that you can give an item. They can only carry one item, and then they also can hold one item. Once the item is attached, then they will get bonuses based on that item. Gets a little complicated with that, but yeah, we'll recruit one more person. And is there anything else to show? Not really. I think I showed everything. Technically, there's a boss level. I'm working on that too. Where's my main boss thing? Boss 1, boss 1, boss 1, boss 1. End game. Combat. Boss combat special. We'll slap this. There's no combat working right now. This is just me getting the prototype stuff for it. But pretty much it's a continuous wave. So you fight waves of enemies. As you fight, there's going to be a boss countdown where the boss does extra things like buff their allies, res allies, or do damage to you. So you got to get through the waves. This is my test button for wave changes. And then my pan out for the big boss fight, and then you fight the necromancer. And yeah, and so that is effectively just
good, you do have a truck out. Good.
The what?
Truck out. It's a camera term for pulling the camera back.
Oh, yes. That's effectively my prologue. Because the actual game, where we go scenes, go to main menu, is a little bit more complex. Not really. Really, it's just I'm literally adding an overworld and movement, but everything else was pretty much retained the same. So you'd go here. I used JSON saving, so I save things using JSON. A bunch of my stuff is a little wonky, but this would be like really where you select. As you play and recruit new heroes, they get added to your selection choices at the beginning. So if you do a run and everyone dies, there's supposed to be a cutscene there. And then this would be where you like do stuff. So you can like approach, you can, you're supposed to talk to him. I guess he doesn't exist right now. Get quests, different places you can go. This is all like the testing area for that. Got combat. Ooh, we get to the combat. It's broken because I haven't touched this in a while and I've been doing other things. So a lot of this stuff is broken.
Question for you. This is like a much later down the line thing. Have you considered putting normal maps on your sprites?
Normal maps? For what reason?
Yeah. To like have lighting affect the actual sprite work.
I don't have to. The universal render pipeline in Unity does sprite. You can use sprite lighting, which is actually really cool. What if the Dragon's Quest... What is this Dragon's Quest ripoff? What?
It's okay, he's never played Dragon's Quest, he doesn't know what that is.
The last thing, and this is the sauce, is that when you level up, your abilities get stronger. So if you have like an attack, it goes from like strike, then you pick another word that will go in front of it, like fire, so it becomes a fire strike, or it becomes a twin fire strike, or a mega twin fire strike. And that's pretty much your characters level up. They make their attacks cooler and bigger, and it does more damage. And they also can choose not to use their like full power in their attack. They can just use their regular strike. Every game is a ripoff of ripoff. It's a matter of how much better you do it. Ooh. See, that's the problem. Is when you say that, I think there's games that have been done really well. And even if you copy the idea, it's like sometimes some games you can't make better than how they were. I think they were, it's that lightning in a bottle. Classic RPG, if you've never played any of them to begin with. True. But yeah, that's a little bit of a thing. I have my super old trailer from my Kickstarter, like from last February, like not this one that just passed, like the year before that. And yeah, just trying to get things done. I'm nowhere near as finished or as polished as your game is. I was surprised that you were saying that your game was gonna you're going for Next Fest in February. I was like, dang, I thought you'd be Next Fest like October. The game seems like super done. I have typos in it. Hurts me. I think copyright laws will beg to differ. But yeah, that's kind of like stuff where I'm at. And I've been trying to stream regularly because it helps with idea stuff and kind of hype, I guess. Hype myself up is the best thing to explain. Event, that's the one. It helps me hype myself up for working, because I get to share my ideas and my knowledge of oral. I get to share my game idea. Okay, so we're gonna have to make some more toggles. We're gonna have to make more toggles for this one. Event system. People say that, but there's a lot left to do. Localization, music, more sectors, weapons, secrets, unlocks, that kind of stuff. Well, are you? I'm assuming you're not doing localization yourself. You're gonna have someone or something do localization. Music, same kind of deal. I don't know if you're gonna do it by yourself or if you're gonna have more people, someone else do it for you. More sectors, weapons, secrets, unlocks. That's true. The like extra little bits, the little sprinkles of everything, that can take a lot of extra time. Especially if you're trying to make sure nothing. You make a weapon and it just doesn't break everything. I get that. But visually, from like honestly, your demo looks great. And I think that's like super awesome. Yeah, I need to find some service for that. System It's in place, so hopefully not much work. Yeah, I won't do music myself. Yeah, music's kind of a tough one. I was thinking about that too. It's like, or you could like come up with like an idea of music, but honestly, just giving it to someone who professionally does it makes a huge difference. And yeah, and I guess you probably have modular based systems for your weapon design, so that allows you to create variants. Because I saw you were doing something when I came in. You were doing something with like a laser wiggle. I'm still sad we never finished Mech D&D with a hip hop bang soundtrack. You know what? Mech D&D would have been dope with like a hip hop soundtrack. Yeah, I think it'd be popping. I mean, I will revisit Mech D&D. I will one day, when monies are in my pockets and I can hire like 3 people. I'm actually doing some refactoring now to support more customizations of the weapons. Yeah, I know it's tough because it's like you think you've thought up all the combinations of what you might want, and then all of a sudden something might be said on stream, or someone says something to you, or someone plays your game and it's like, oh, I wish I had this, and you're like, crap, I didn't think of that value or that function for a weapon, and it's like, okay, I can implement it, but that's going to break these other things that are like connected to that one value. I get that. I totally get that. And feature creep is a big thing. Do you do all the art yours? Like, did you do it all by yourself? Related to dodge chance. Yeah, no. I'm never gonna relate a stat to a negation effect ever again because of you. Yep. No. I don't need things. I'm a good QA tester. What can I say? Stacking stats and doing effects on all the systems is the trickiest part. Yeah, especially if you have is your stacking effects just like function based, or is it like serialized function based? Because like, is there a precedent to certain things occurring before other things? Like I saw like fire looked like it had a bit of dot damage over time, and then what was the other one that I didn't do any laser stuff? You just love breaking crap. No, it's because he's talking about I made a tabletop RPG, and the first iteration of it was back in college. And what I did was I tied your mech's speed to your dodge ability, like how well you would just not take. It would just negate incoming attacks, pretty much. Like someone couldn't hit you. And so what this ding dong did was like, oh, okay, we have this many points to like make our mech better. I'm just gonna dump everything into making my mech super fast, to the point where how it worked, it was like contested rolls. But because if you had a plus, so let's say just you're using a d6 for both rolls. If I have a +2 to my d6, but his counter roll is +6 to his d6, there's no way I can like beat him, right? Or I guess it can. It depends. This one Jamal pitched me a system. I can break it within 3 minutes within the game rules. At this point, I'm 5 for 5. What? No. You definitely broke the first one. I'll give you that. No thing. I also broke boost economy in 2.0. You didn't break it. You just had ridiculous movement, which wasn't bad, but that also still left you with the. I guess you technically increased your action economy slightly, but it wasn't broken. Simplified, I have a class called Stacking Float where I can add and remove float values from different sources, and it stacks them together for a final value. I use that stat and damage, etc. Oh, okay. Interesting. I consider when you have to start making a new system/rules in the game to counteract what one person is doing. That means I broke it. No, those rules were always there. They just were never implemented. Interesting. That's an interesting way to do it. No, you didn't. I think Dylan did. I think Dylan broke armor because he went armor stacking like mad. But the thing is, I did tie armor to weight. So eventually he just became like a slug or something, or a snake. And he was very, very slow, but like heavily, heavily armored. Interesting. So stacking float values. Interesting. Damage and etc. Oh, I wanted to ask, is massive... I could show you a bit more detail on stream someday. It's hard to explain it all. No, that's fair. It's definitely hard to explain. I was wondering if you're using... Are you using force? Like how in your game, when you move the ship, are you using like force, and are you using force as well on like on impact of objects? Or are you just using Unity physics? Because I made a spaceship game once, and all I did was use force, and I had to use counter force to, like, you know, a ship has thrust. You thrust, and then you turn off your thrusters, and you have momentum. And then I created a counter force whenever you needed your ship to stop, because it's making like a turn-based ship fighting game. So I wasn't sure how you're doing, if you're just using force, or if you're just using like acceleration and deceleration. Oh, I guess I don't need my headphones right now, actually. This is bothering my ears. Okay. Don't need that. Excuse me. Yeah. Cool. Oh, for everyone who wasn't here for what I'm talking about, let's go and just show off. Here we go. Go wishlist this. And play it. And the demo's super fun. I had a great old time playing it. Build your ship. Fight the bosses. Get your ranks. Get your thingies. It was a good game. That's the best. The ball on a string. The best weapon in the game. Makes everything else suck. I mean, I haven't played anything else, but yep, dude, I honestly think you're gonna have a very good... Wait, how do you have review? Oh, I can review it right now on the demo? Oh, snap. Well, yes. Yes, sir. I'll have to write an actual review, but yeah, no. Very good game. EMS was the best Switch I've ever done for long PC sessions. IEMS. In-ear motion. Movement is all physics-based, but I cheat a lot. Their actual physics mass is constant, and I fake it by reducing speed and turning. And the ship auto brakes if you provide no input. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's what I figured. That's what it felt like. I also liked the random pulls of the mace when it's spinning. I thought that was just... And the gravity. Oh, gravity on planets. That's just such a little thing, but for me, I love it. I'm a big physics fan, so I thought that was super cute and super awesome. Are you streaming today? Because I guess you're out in Sweden, right? If I'm correct, if I remember my creeping very well. If I creeped you correctly. I don't want to post links, but I was gonna say that you want to stay in your ear for 24 hours a day most days. Oh, yeah, no, I can't use earbuds because I have like I don't know what you want to call it. Maybe like sweaty ears. I don't know. Nice, probably not. Maybe a short one in a few hours, but had some stuff during the daytime today. That's fair. Are you? I didn't even ask you. Are you a full-time developer? I wanted to ask if you're like, if that's your like full-time thing. Oh, blue loop. Sweaty ears, yeah. That's why I like over ear. Yeah, full time on this for 2 years now. Started as a hobby. That's awesome, man. I same thing. Did full time. I mean, I lost my job because of COVID, but whatever. I have a lovely wife who's helping support my dream. Work on Battlefield before. Worked on Battlefield. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. So wait, then you worked for EA for a bit. No, I didn't quit my job. I got temporarily laid off for like 8 months, and then when stuff started picking up, they called me and they're like, "Yeah, we can't hire you back, so bye bye." And I was like, "No, no worries, it's okay." Yeah, it was contract technically, but I was there for 7 years. Wow, that's crazy. So wait, which EA were you at then? And what were you doing? I'm now really curious. Oh, I guess you were... Is there an EA in Sweden? EA Dice, UI code, and tech design. Oh, sick, man. That's cool. Working for a big AAA grinder. I have a couple buddies that are working for them big companies. Well, one buddy who was working for a while at Ubisoft and then got smacked. 7-year contract, hourly pay at a game company sounds like a dream, just because overtime pay. It depends on the contract, though. Some contracts might not have overtime built in, right? I know like a lot of Western contracts can be very, very, yeah, Western here, North American contracts can be very sleazy, and they can take advantage of people who want to be in the game industry. It's kind of a really sad truth of the thing. But yeah, no, that's cool. UI code. So I was employed at a contract company, so I didn't see as much money as I could have. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So you weren't working for like a third party developer like Keyword's a big company. Last year and a half I worked for my own company though. That's dope. That's super awesome. Is there a lot of like where you at? Is there a lot of I guess like tax rebates or grants that you can apply for? Because I'm here in Quebec, in Canada, Quebec, and there used to be a lot of good money, good like tax return stuff for game development. I worked for Junction Point a while back. Oh, Junction Point. I don't know that one. Oh yeah, I'm U.S. I know how hard it is. Yeah, no, it's a crazy thing. Not really. There are some EU but they're usually very specific type of art. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. No, for me, like we have like two. We have like a federal, so like a Canadian grant, which I missed. I'm so pissed I missed it because generally you can get it on your first attempt. You can usually get it. So a lot of indie guys that I know within the area, their first application that they did, or like like, yeah, like a first time kind of thing, they got their money, and they can give you a pretty hefty amount of money. Um, right now, the game industry in Canada has kind of gotten hit really hard. So there's a lot of layoffs, and then even the government funding has dropped off. And then on where I am, it's like language barriered. So you have to be francophone or you should speak French to like really be able to get your hands into it. But yeah, no, trying to find that extra money is really big. Paid game experience is really good. I learned a lot from people at DICE. Just seeing how the sauce is made is super helpful. Oh yeah. Well, getting to work on anything that gets published too. Like all my work experience is from like small companies, so like small phone, like a mobile game company, and then a contract for not really a game but a game where I did design work, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the rest of my stuff was like in a completely different field of work because I didn't pursue finding a game dev job as hard as I should have, or I should have moved. I really should have moved cities. That was like the big one. But yeah, that's what it is. But I went to school for it, and I've always kind of kept my toe in like the space. I used to be really into it, like really, like I used to be part of different groups and organizations, and I used to game jam and all that stuff, but not as much anymore. Now this is my, I don't want to say it. Yeah, this is what I want to do. Like, and I would like to get, I don't know, I just like to release something. I would like it to, we need toggles. BRB, no worries. Like my, ooh, we don't want it like that. I mean, we could use that for now. It's fine. College experience is nothing compared to the real thing. 100%. 100%. Mind you, there is a little thing to be said. We had like a final project where it went over the course of 2 semesters. And so we had to be in groups. Now the thing is I think they assigned our groups. I can't remember. But damn, learning to work with incompetent people. That's the big one. Wasn't it 3 semesters? No, we made our own groups for capstone. Oh, okay. Was it 3 semesters? Oh, it was 3 semesters. Yeah. Oh. Just like the drama. Yeah, they're pretty big groups, though. 13 people at first, exactly. It was 13 people at first. Then you lose 2 people. Then you have 2 people that are just not competent at all at doing anything. And then you have no management structure. And then you have 2 programmers who start, like, not wanting to deal with each other, so they go off in 2 different directions to do their own crap. So wait, this is a toggle. This is just a container. Oh, this is a toggle group. Okay, so I need to make delete this. I need to make a toggle group. Yeah, here or here, whatever. New. Can I do a toggle group? Just new empty game object, and we'll call this. We need to give this a name. We'll call this choice toggles, maybe. Choice toggles. There we go. I'll just shimmy you over here for now. And Cole deletes every art asset your team has and made. Yeah, that was kind of a lot of egos. That's true. But we're again a lot of young people. And it's like when you're in your early 20s, everyone thinks they know the best. I never forgive him for that. But it is funny. Classic. An opinion on the UI toolkit from y'all. It's basically WPF, right? UI toolkit? Like, what do you mean? Like this thing that I'm using in Unity? I'm not sure the question. Like, what's my opinion on the UI toolkit? It works. Unity, the other UI selection. Oh, so like, okay, so you're talking about, so we have like this and then the UI toolkit. I've never used this, to be honest. Until you just talked about it, I've never even gone over to see what this does. Like, this is the only one I've used, and the thing is, I'm also from a time where I used a lot of the legacy stuff, so I've had to go and change it to all this TextMesh Pro stuff. But like, I've had to like, I've actually been when TextMesh Pro came out, I was really frustrated with it, so I just go and constantly reset my stuff to legacy. Yeah, toggle group. We need toggle group. Toggle group. Oop. There we go. And then we're gonna import some toggles. Toggle. A duplication. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like, again, I've been using Unity since like 2011, something like that. Oh, this should be up. So with that in mind, I'm used to like other things. That's enough of an opinion for me. I was worried about using those normal UI elements and hitting a point where they wouldn't do what I need. Oh no. Honestly, these UI elements are quite robust, I find. And then you also learn to like manipulate them in ways that can make things a lot easier. Like learning about groups. I'll have to look into it now that I know. It's such a weird, it's such a funny looking button. Like you go to it and it's like, it doesn't give, it's just UI document. What is this? Oh, you know what? It might be some sort of UI, it might be like a UI prefab, maybe. Interesting. So if you make a specific type of stuff. What did we want here? So toggle group. Cool. What do I need in here? Toggle. Do I need to do anything in this? No, I think that's fine. Oh, so it's relatively new. Okay, let's just see. This should do... Stuff might break. It might get really angry with me, but it's fine. I want to see if this... No, this toggle group should switch. It should switch. Why is it not switching? Toggle group. Allow switch off. Is that what I want? Okay, not what I wanted. I did something weird. This one works. This one doesn't use switch off, so I don't need this switch off. So then here, then toggle group. How did I... But then how do my buttons work? Toggle group. These... I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be that. I'm pretty sure that's what I need to do. I need to take these guys. And I bet you I have to take this and go here. Boop. From a very short video I saw, it's closer to actually writing HTML. Definitely not HTML though. Is it that it links to a file in your assets that you can then open in the game, like TOA? Set the toggle group right. Yeah, that's what I think I did. I think I just didn't set my toggle group. So now if I run it, it should be fine. Definitely not for me. Yeah, I don't want to write. Yeah, there it is. It's just I just get. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yep. I just had to link the toggle group. That's why. So then how is this one linking it by itself? Huh. I must have it in code that I'm actually linking these toggle groups. Whatever. That's fine. Cool. This works. Then we need to, is there text? There's text. So text, label. I probably have to make a cooler check mark than what I have here. background. Do we have a background of some kind? UI sprite. Do we want to do something like that? Oh, this is fine. Undo. Undo. That's correct. That's correct. Boop. 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 I don't want this, but these can get. Can I? No, not what I wanted. So we got 160, but maybe we just want these to be bigger. No, I want my text and stuff to be bigger. My label. Because I need to match what I have here. What do I have up here? 36 is what I'm running. Okay, so then if we go here and we slap. Oh. Oh. Interesting. The label is not a Text Mesh Pro. Does that mean that there's like a Text Mesh Pro toggle? No, toggle's generic. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, this label is not a Text Mesh Pro. This is the kind of nonsense I have to deal with. Where it's like, why isn't if everything else is using Text Mesh Pro, why isn't the toggle using Text Mesh Pro? You probably can build one, add toggle group component, and then add the TPA to the right. You can just change. Yeah, I can just change the yeah, I could literally just change this. I could pull that element out and then just make all these Text Mesh Pro. That's the other thing with UI stuff is like you kind of want to use the same thing the whole way through. Oh, I guess I don't have to have my skip button. I can make my last toggle a skip. Where are my pants? Yeah, because this is the problem with this. So then we're gonna go here. We do have to. Will this change the whole thing? No, it won't change the whole thing. I don't care about this. So 100. But we do have to do our labels. I will have to probably change this. No, not labels, toggles. Doop, doop. Something like that. Let's go an easy 500. Reminds me of my WinForms days so much. WinForms. Why? I'm trying to think of what that is. WinForms. Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah, I haven't thought of that stuff in a super long time. Jeez. Good old C# and .NET. Woo. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't, and I don't want to remember it. No. Yeah, I don't want to go back. Okay, so then this will be your choices. So this will be the toggle of the choices. So you have your choice, which is going to replace this. Well, no, you're going to have two choices. You're going to have the choice of what to do and choice of who you're going to send. Yeah, okay. So then this is the event generator. Level event generator. Yeah. Does this control my... Oh, I didn't even open freaking Visual Studio? I would love a coffee. Huh? menacing JoJo aura on the event door. It's still there. You know, you write code and you do things. Okay, let's. Oh yeah, these are my states. Okay, so it is this. Start, setup, generate the random event, calculate the experience, calculate damage, pick the new recruit, blah, blah, blah. None of that stuff's important. Set up hero toggle locations. That is correct. Now, fortunately, we need to add more stuff to our quest stuff. So we have event description, event success fail. So we need another one. So then we need here public string. This one is party choice 1. And then we'll have party choice 2, 3. 2 and 3. Okay. And so these are the choices. They're going to, their value corresponds to the current. Game needs more JoJo references. I mean, I would if I could. The world, though. Yeah, so we'll have that. And then when we're putting, wait, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Start, if it's true or not for random thing. Set sprites, event text. So we got to go to the event text. Event text. Event description is equal to this, and fixed number. Then we go, oh shoot, I need to have the text part. Oh, I do have to change the text. I am actually just getting upset with myself. Oh no, I could just, I'm making an array. I'm gonna make it an array. I'm gonna make another array because I like to make arrays. Array this, array that. Doing all the arrays. TMP underscore text. Underscore text. Choice. Choice. Text. Oh, I should say party choice text. Party choice text. I think that's a good way to go about it. There we go. I do have to then change the stuff in here. I didn't want to, but now I have to. It's interesting to also see other people's like structure, how they structure their like Unity stuff. It's really interesting. So, if I take you, I wish I could just switch to a similar component. Because if I go and I say I want to add a component here, I go, and then I go Text Mesh Pro. I want to, is it Text Mesh? No, I don't want Sub Mesh. I want Text Mesh. Huh. Bizarre? Bazingas. Bazingas? Bazongas. Text Mesh Pro. Okay, so I did it wrong here. So it's Text Mesh Pro. Ooh, is there a difference between UI and not UI? Let's do this one. Then it gets upset. Label already has text. It already has the same object. Only contains one graphical component. So you're telling me you want me to delete all of them, you slimy bastard. Okay, I'm getting a little aggravated because of something like this. But it's okay. It's okay. Remove components. We will add components. We will add the text mesh. Bam. Is that the correct thing? Wait, did I do that right or did I do that wrong? I did it wrong. It's the UI one. Of course I did it wrong. There we go. Bingo, bango, boom. We're going to change this to our current font. And we'll just put the choice the party will make. Exclamation marks. Cool. Oops. You know what we need to do? We need to change this to black. Boop. Ooh, is black too dark? What color did I use here? Oh, maybe I choose dropper? Oh, interesting. I used a lighter. I used like a brown. Okay. 36. Everything's good. Cool. I might want to change the boop, boop, and boop. Oopsies. Boop, boop. Okay. Okay. And then let's just maybe make this fitty. No, it's too big. Unless I scooch mine up a little. Scooch. No, it has to be smaller. Let's go 40. Then we'll just also set all of these to center. Does it matter? I want it centered. I think that's fine. And then so let's go 50. And then we'll go somewhere there. Something like that. Something like that. Mesh renderer is destroyed. Just a private thing for me doing my thing. Okay, cool. Then we gotta go to here. We have button text, fine. Party text choices, we are gonna have 3. I might make it 4. I really should name these properly, but we will just be reckless. We are so reckless not naming things properly. Okay, leave me alone. Okay, so then that's connected. And then we need another thing. So right now I think I only have like 3 currently. 3, 3, 3. And then this is actually going to be more writing. I'm sorry, Josh. I'm making more writing for you. We have to go and have to make an adjustment to the writing stuff. So we'll go to the template. So name, event name, description, difficulty, stats needed, success, so blah blah. So we're gonna add a little thing in here somewhere. Actually, it'd probably be part of underneath the description. So we're gonna insert row below. And what's this going to be? This is going to be party choices. And how it works is there are 3. So like, wait, what's happening? Oh no. So there's a slight change. This is what happens. Things kind of change. So all that's changing now is we're adding a little bit more writing. A little bit, just a little bit. How it works is you have your description, and the party has to choose what they're going to do before they pick a person. So the first one could be like jump over. Next one could be find another way. It's generic though. It's like anyone could try it. What is it? Sit and wait. And technically we could have a 4th one, which is like a secret or like triggered by specific characters, if you want. So Hero specific choice. So this is like a mage. I think I wrote that wrong. Specific? E? E? It's an E, isn't it? Specific. Yeah. So something like that. I'm sorry. So how it works now is like you get your nice big, now you got a lot of space for text. Bam. Tells you what's going on. Then the party has to make a choice of what they're going to do. Could you use a verb to describe each option? Like in the close wall one. The choices could be run, disarm, or smash. Yes. You could use a single word if you really wanted to. Yes. And then, so how it works is you pick what a person's going to attempt to do, and then you pick the person that's going to attempt it. Just putting it out there. Whatever. Like, I feel like one word answers for something that's like immediate threat. Totally cool. Like, something bad's happening, you got to get it done quickly. But something like, oh, you come to a place to rest. Everyone goes to sleep. And everyone just goes to sleep. Pick someone to stand watch. Pick someone to patrol the surrounding area, right? Those are like your three options. And then like a special one could be like, oh, if you have a wizard in the party, or if someone has like let's say a shield ability, it's like, oh, place a shield over us, kind of thing. Or if someone has like a stealth ability, it's like stealth the party, kind of deal. So yeah, so that's just the change now, because then it doesn't matter. I'll have to do some other little stuff in the back end, but like for writing purposes now, it's like I don't have to worry about having specific writing for every single hero for every single stat. Now it's like anyone can try to jump over it, but it's like only someone who's like fast or dexterous or strong is going to be able to jump over it. The wizard's not going to be like, I got this, guys. Right? So it's just a way to clean up how much extra writing would have to be done for the other stuff to make it like more sustainable, I guess. This way it's a little more writing, but a lot more generic. But yeah. Yep. That's a little change. And I'll have to do back-end stuff to like maybe implement different conditions of success, which is fine. I'm not like, it's not like overly complicated for me to do that. Yeah, because I do have very event success names, so there's like, I can have different things, and I can have them, I can actually, I could tie them specifically to the choices, which is good. I can tie them specifically to the choices, which is really nice. Yeah, so it's like if they pick the jumping one, it's like, well, someone has to have good strength to do it. Or let's say it's like there's a boulder in your path, and someone's like, I push the boulder, I attack the boulder, or I like try to go around the boulder or climb the boulder, something like that. Something like that might all be the same thing. If I punch the boulder, I lift the boulder, or I go over the boulder. Those are effectively all strength-based stuff. So yeah, this will have to be changed a little. I have to do other things first, but I think actually it's not too bad right now, because then I can use these right now. This is already built in. Spicy meatballs. Oh no. Oh, this is specific to each. Well, Dex. Yeah, it's superfluous right now, but it's like, yeah, it's the idea of having the different choices. So you come here and you're faced with effectively two choices. You pick what you're going to do and who's going to do it. Might have instances where It's not like, ooh, we could have instances where it's not you pick. So like, let's say that we go back to the cave, not the cave, the walls closing in. It might be like you pick a choice, but everyone's got to do it. So you're only as strong as your weakest link. Ooh. So it's like if the situation with the walls closing in, you have try to disarm it, try to run. Oh, what was the other one we were saying? Run, disarm, or smash. So how it would work is that if it's a party-based thing, it would like take all the stats in relation that need to be like, so smash it would be like, okay, take everyone's maybe crit chance. Oh no, I think disarm would be everyone's crit chance. Combined together, the combined total has to defeat a certain number. The party gets away. Run, this one would be done on a case-by-case basis. And everyone has to run past have a speed of a certain point, and anyone who doesn't make it gets squished. And then smash is, again, it's just a combined effort thing, so strength. So yeah, I might have to write a little extra code for that, but it wouldn't be much. It would be very little because it's just a comparison. And then it changes the choice out. I should just put that in the code, actually. Put that in here in So we're setting up. This is generate and fixed. Generate random event. Calculate experience. Calculate damage. Pick hero recruit. Pick item reward. Set up hero to toggle locations. That's fine. Set sprites. Set text. Set buttons. Set hero text, check event outcome. Okay, so it would probably be in here. We'll probably add something in here, result effect. So it's checking the event outcome. I'll start labeling each skill check option on the event as single or team, if that works. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Because you might have a situation where like the camping one, you know, it's like one person stays guard the entire night, or you'd be like, oh, everyone takes turns, right? Kind of deal. Got to run. Take care and catch you later. Yeah. Ooh, I guess this is your last week? You're going on vacation after tomorrow? You're gonna finish a game in a month, or you're gonna have a playing prototype where I can just run around and like parkour. Maybe stab an enemy. Maybe the big guy just shows up in T-pose and like runs after me in T-pose and I have to run away. Oh, you will? Okay, great. I'm excited. I want to be chased by the scary metal man in T-pose. Just make him, just put him in the game, give him a character controller, have him a proximity thing, and then whenever you get into proximity, he just like locks on and just moves towards you. And yeah, and then I just have to run away. That's all I want. I want my little furry person. Their ears go back when they run. They're like, ah! And then they go, or they're running normally, it's like, okay, and then when they're running fast, it goes like this. They go like Sonic. Sorry, I'm just going crazy about that. Okay, I gotta put this in here. Checking outcome. We need to have an extra bit in here for to-dos. To do. So, is this a team or single hero check? If team, use the combined success stat versus the whatever the success stat, whatever use the success stat versus the combined versus the parties matching combined stat. If solo or if single, just compare the chosen hero. If team and single, check each hero on a case by case basis. Okay, so that's what that's gonna do. That's cool. We also have to add a couple extra variables at the top here. So this UI stuff, select hero number, success, complete. Here, maybe we'll put it in here. Yep, you're gonna put it in here, I think. Success value. No, we're gonna put it here. Public bool team what? Team event? Maybe we'll go team event. Team event. Public bool single event. Oh, I guess single hero. Hero event. So this would be the whole team will be checked for the success condition. Single hero will be checked. Oh. And then if I do like a combo, do I want to put a combo one in there? So event, single hero event. I guess if you just combine the two, and I could put like, and if both, I could put it here. I just put it after here. If both team and single hero event is true, check each hero in the party. I wouldn't do a duo or combo one because the party size can change. Yeah, no duo or combo. Oh, sorry, I think I misunderstood what you were saying. I wouldn't do a duo or combo one because the party size can change any. Yeah, no, it's either everybody or one person. And then there's just a little combination here where it could be like it's the party, but you check everyone individually versus clumping them all together. So it's like the ceiling's coming down, everybody push, and they're all working together. Or everyone push this boulder, or everyone lift this door. Yeah. So, yeah. And then, Yep. We'll have to probably add a variable for stacking success. Because stat value, the number that the stat has to be, cool. Event stat name, so what stat it's looking for. Description of what happens when it fails, fail result. Event success description. Event success result. So, yeah. I might have to add some more stuff into here. Flush it out a little bit more, which is not a big thing. It'll just have to have a little more questions to be asked. Check what hero skills are usable in the choice. Now, this is irrelevant now. I don't know why I put an S there. Where did that S come from? Check what is the best hero stat per hero and sort them in order. Don't really care about that. Randomly generate the event problem solution. Check. Skill check. Dext, wall, run, pit. Oh yeah, this is when I wanted to write a whole lot of extra stuff. Nope. That was creating a procedural event like text thing. Okay, boo, 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 boo. This test is fixed to strength. If random event is false, event number is 1. This test fixed. This testing fixed strength test. That's true. Random. Ooh, what do I have right now? I do have it on random. Okay. Yeah, the sprite for the event might change. Unless I want to add like some ambiance or something in the background. Which is fine, I could probably do that. This is what Steve was talking about like having some sort of image in the background. I almost want to have like a setup event ambiance function that like sets the song, the music that's being played. I might need that. I might need something like that. Or would I just have that in its own music controller? Music's a tough one just to think about all the music stuff that has to go in. Because you have to have battle music. You have to have menu, sort of menu. Yeah, menu music. Or menu, some sort of sound in the menu. Yeah, no, so you have battle music, menu music. Almost a music for every scene. I mean, a couple scenes could share the menu music for the demo. Yeah, I'd like to have a little bit of, it doesn't have to be like really bopping or crazy, just like a little bit of music. You have to have a little bit. You can't have a silent game. I also have to have sound effects, like button clicks and stuff like that. Yeah, the sound stuff's a lot. It's a lot to have in there. I mean, I don't necessarily need it for the demo, but the thing is, you subconsciously register things differently if you don't hear it. Like if, yeah, it's like it's button presses. Not hearing a little ding or whatever affects how you perceive like the, oh, did I actually click it? Even if it's highlighted, you're like, if you get both a visual and audio cue from like doing something, it reasserts that what you did is what you did. So that's a big thing. I probably have to write. Yeah, I'm gonna write a separate audio controller, I think, and it's gonna be a universal thing. It's separate by itself, because then I can have buttons and stuff call it, so I'm using the same click button sound across like everything, and I don't have to. Yeah, I got to do a separate sound controller, and then I can have that carry all the stuff, all the sound. Whenever it goes to an event, the event calls it, says, hey, I need ambient music number 5, Mambo number 5. And then it just plays it for that scene. Yeah. It's not something I want to... I mean, sound control is not overly complicated. UI sound system is pretty straightforward, and it uses WAV files, so it's not a big deal. Do I have sound? I think I do have some sound in this project already. It's not in here. Is it in here? No. Environment? No. Audio. I don't know what this is. Oh gosh, that's loud. 8-bit nostalgia. Just some free music that I picked up. Okay, so that's 8-bit nostalgia. Oh yeah, this is the stuff I had from way back. I mean, this could be used for the combat actually. It's not too bad. Okay. Wow, this could be the boss one. Oh, this could be used for like. I guess I could also just put this. You can hear it better. Stream mic, face speaker. I don't know how loud that is. So I think this was actually the combat one I had before. And I think this one... This was like a traveling one. So yeah, I think those were some of the music I had. I have to add a bunch more audio. I'm pretty sure I have some acquired 8-bit audio stuff. Somewhere. So I'll have to like look at my stuff. I know I picked up some audio stuff. Oh yeah, Ultimate bit by bit sound. So where did I put that somewhere? Let's see if I have it. UI stuff, Necromancer, Fire Effects. Is this 8-bit music? Themes no loop? Let's just do one of these. Okay. Yeah, so I could probably I have a thing of music here. Adventures begin. Finals. It's getting I don't know if that's too loud actually. Now this seems a little too upbeat for. I want something like a little more aggressive. No, it's like the same thing twice. Barbarian Rising. Oh, this is the one that I did for my, this is in my trailer. Yeah, that's in my trailer. Yeah, this is the one that I used in my trailer. Do 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 do. Okay. Well, I do have a bunch of music. It's good. I have a big thing. Big thing of music choices that I could pull from. OSRS. Original sound recording sound. Songs. It's just me playing with some music stuff I had purchased. Because I was realizing I have to create an audio manager that will be what I pull. Sounded like old school RuneScape. Oh, okay. You know what's funny? I never played RuneScape, like old school RuneScape. I was around for it, but I don't know why I never got into it. Oh no, you know why? I think I was at that time more of a console person. Because when did RuneScape? It's in the late 90s. RuneScape. Original RuneScape. I like how it's like old school. Original RuneScape was 2001. Yeah. 2001. Yeah, so in 2001, I was definitely started. It's the console times. So consoles, and then it wasn't until probably when did I get more into PC? Well, I guess when did Steam come out? I used to like my PC games like Command and Conquer series, OG StarCraft. Yeah, a lot of strategy games actually. Homeworld, the original Homeworld series. My voice just completely changed. I don't know why it changed. For sure, I played both when you were either a WoW or a RuneScape. See, the thing is, I was neither. I did not play WoW. I did not play RuneScape. I had a lot of friends who were into WoW. I was still playing a lot of Diablo 2. Diablo and Diablo 2 were like the big ones. But I was always like more strategy focused. And I think subscription wise at the time, the only one I really tried to fork out money for was City of Heroes. That was my jam. I did not play WoW. I did not play RuneScape, but I played City of Heroes as much as I possibly could. I loved that game. Actually, I mean, I still played it like when they released the server, opened the servers to everyone, which was super cool. But I'm super hungry now. I'm going to go eat some lunch. Epic Bucket, you have an Epic Bucket day. And Mr. Haas for Democracy, maybe later tonight. Some Democracy. Apparently there's another patch. I should be all patched up. Democracy. Democracy. Yes, it looks like I'm all patched up. For Democracy. Yeah, I have to write a note for myself that I have to write a music controller or an audio controller. Audio controller. Because that's going to be important. Yeah, I don't know honestly what I'm going to have for lunch today. There's no real leftovers. There might be a little bit. Is there anyone? Oh, actually, let's just save. Always save. Save everything. Make sure I save code. All the code saved. Save everything. Let's check. Yeah, where was I? Here and here we go. This raid Shadow Legends. Anyone doing anything in Unreal? I like to find people using Unreal. 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 I could put a filter for Unreal. Category tag. Not Unreal. Unity. I'm silly. I'm saying Unreal because I think I saw it. Did that tag work? No, it did not. Oh, it did. Okay. French, English, and Brazilian. Deutsch. Sprechen Sie Deutsch, ja. I'm unsure. A little quiet today. JavaScript. Ooh. A few people with JavaScript. Have a good rest of the day. Yeah, it should be. It should be good. I'm unsure. I think I just call it. Because I don't think anyone I know is currently what's it called, streaming back to Twitch. Anyone I know that's currently streaming? Oh, I guess there's a few people. What's this person doing?
Have you ever wished that saving money could be easy?
Now I'm getting commercials. No, don't want commercials. Buy commercials. Oh, no. Done. I'm done. Done with this. Don't even want to deal with commercials. I want to watch streams. I'm going to go now.